Jesus, when he came, he was trying to show us the heart of God, how God was pursuing us. In fact, do you remember? He said one time, he said, there's 100 sheep and the shepherd lost one. He took off, he got lost. And the shepherd left the 99 behind and he went to search for that one. And he was so happy when he found the one. He carried him back. He was more happy than the 99 that never got lost. And then he's like implying, see, that's me. I'm that one. I came to find you, to rescue you. Number one tonight, if we could just get planted in our hearts and mind that God is relentlessly pursuing every one of us. Look at somebody and say, that means you. Somebody else on the other side say, that means you too. He is relentlessly pursuing us. He's coming after us with a passion because he cares about us. Some of you have found yourself in the middle of a pit because you have failed, you've made mistakes, you have blown it, you feel like a failure, you've been broken by the decision you've made. You know what? God's coming after you. He's running after you because he loves you. Doesn't matter the failure. Remember Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? Remember that? And if you ever would have thought God would be mad at somebody, it would be Adam and Eve. Blew it, ate the apple, wasn't supposed to. If you would have ever thought God would hit somebody with lightning, that would be the moment. But when you see God come to the garden, he doesn't come angry. He says to Adam, where are you? What's going on, man? I love you, I'm pursuing you. And maybe you've made a decision like that. And you feel like, just get away from me, God. I'm so ashamed, I'm so embarrassed. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to tell you about it. And he's coming after you. And sometimes we push God away at the very moment when we need him the most. God is relentlessly pursuing every one of us. Maybe you are in the middle of a storm right now and life doesn't make sense. Maybe your family, you're splitting up and there's a divorce going on and there's hurt and there's pain in friendships that you have and you tend to shut God out. That's the moment he's running after you. Maybe you feel like you're mad at God because of what has happened in your life and you're really angry. You feel like he's giving you the shaft. He's still running after you. He's still pursuing you. Even though you're saying, leave me alone, he's still pursuing you. You know, maybe you're here tonight and you're like, listen, I'm pretty cool, you know. I got my life together. I'm good at sports. I'm good with the girls. Girls like I'm on the cheerleading, whatever. I'm pretty popular. And you don't think you need God. Check this out. We all know you're cool. In fact, you're way more cool than even what you think you are. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just check cool at the door tonight and this weekend, and let's just be real in this house, and let's be authentic, and let's be honest. Because sometimes in the midst of our cool, we're still broken on the inside, acting like we got our act together, and we know that we don't. You might be here tonight, and you feel embarrassed. You feel like giving up. God's still running after you. He hasn't given up on you. Tonight, it's hard to believe, it's hard to understand, it's hard to conceive that God's coming after us because so much we've been let down. You know, with failures of families, up to half of every young person in America is going to live in a single-parent household. 1/4 will actually grow up in a single-parent household. And so you're thinking, if my parents still pursue me, why would there be a God that would? You know, friends giving us a shaft. In fact, even boyfriend and girlfriends, I've heard that 25% of all young people now have experienced what it's like to be broken up with on Facebook. Isn't that beautiful? How could God pursue us and value us? You know, God pursues what he values, and he's the one that sets the value on your life. And you might feel like a failure, you're not very valuable, but when God sees you, sure, we have rough edges, I've got rough edges, you do, but it doesn't diminish the value that he puts on us. We're the gold, you're the gold that he's coming after, the one he sent his son to rescue. That's right.